Your date isn't telling you the full truth. Neither is your ex. And social media? Total lies. Modern dating has uncomfortable realities no one admits out loud. Today, I'm exposing 5 psychological truths I spent weeks researching, and they'll explain every confusing thing you've experienced in dating. Let's go. Point 1. You're just one of many options. Here's something your date won't admit. While you're planning your second date, they're swiping through 3 other matches. In modern dating, exclusivity isn't assumed, it's earned. Thanks to dating apps, everyone has access to unlimited options. And here's the uncomfortable part. Most people are actively talking to multiple people until someone becomes their clear favorite. You're not paranoid for feeling this way. It's just how the game works now. Psychology calls this the paradox of choice. The more options we have, the less satisfied we become. That person who seems perfect, they're probably wondering if someone better is just one swipe away. What you can do: have the exclusivity conversation early. Don't assume you're on the same page. Ask directly, are we seeing other people? It saves time and protects your energy. But here's what most people miss. Being an option isn't the real problem. Point 2. You're attracted to the wrong people on purpose. Ever notice how the healthiest person who likes you feels boring, but the one who barely texts back has you obsessed? That's not coincidence, that's psychology. We're wired to be attracted to what feels familiar, not what's good for us. If you grew up in chaos, calmness feels uncomfortable. If love was conditional growing up, you'll chase people who make you work for their attention. Your brain mistakes anxiety for chemistry and stability for lack of spark. Here's the truth. Healthy love doesn't give you butterflies at first. It gives you peace. But peace feels wrong when your nervous system is used to drama. What you can do: notice your pattern. Write down the traits of your last 3 crushes. If they're all emotionally unavailable, that's your subconscious recreating familiar pain. Start choosing differently, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. Think your ex got over you too fast? Wait till you hear this. Point 3. You ignore green flags because red flags feel familiar. Someone treats you with consistent respect, communicates openly, and shows up when they say they will. And somehow, you're not excited. Why? Because your brain is hardwired to recognize patterns from childhood. If love came with conditions, chaos, or uncertainty, then healthy love feels foreign, even boring. Red flags feel like home because they match your early experiences. This is called repetition compulsion. We unconsciously recreate painful dynamics, hoping for a different outcome. The emotionally unavailable partner feels exciting because your brain thinks, if I can get this person to love me, I'll finally be enough. Green flags, kindness, consistency, emotional availability, these feel uncomfortable because they're unfamiliar. You might even self-sabotage good relationships because they don't trigger that familiar anxiety you've learned to associate with real love. Here's what makes this even more complicated. When someone is genuinely good to you, your inner voice might say, "This is too good to be true." Or, "They'll leave once they see the real me." That's your wounded attachment style talking, not reality. What you can do: rewire your brain intentionally. When someone treats you well and it feels off, pause. Ask yourself, am I bored, or am I just not used to being treated right? Give green flags a real chance, even when they don't spark immediate intensity. Write down what healthy love actually looks like: respect, communication, effort, consistency. And use that as your new standard. It takes conscious effort to choose differently, but that's where healing begins. The pattern you need to break isn't just about who you choose, it's about recognizing why you choose them. Now here's the truth nobody prepared you for. Point 4. Your ex moved on faster because they left first. They posted a new relationship 2 weeks after your breakup, and you're still crying at 2 a.m. wondering how they moved on so quickly. Here's the reality. They didn't move on faster. They got a head start. Most people emotionally check out of a relationship months before they physically leave. While you thought things were fine, they were already grieving, detaching, and planning their exit. By the time they broke up with you, they'd already done most of their healing. You're not behind. You're just starting your healing process now, while they started theirs months ago. A study from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that the person who initiates the breakup experiences less post-breakup distress because they've mentally prepared for it. They've already had time to process the loss, imagine life without you, and emotionally disconnect. You, on the other hand, got blindsided. And here's the painful part. That new person they're with, it's usually a distraction, not a replacement. It's called a rebound for a reason. They're filling the void with someone new because they haven't actually dealt with their own issues. You seeing them happy doesn't mean they've healed. It often means they're running from the pain. Meanwhile, you're doing the hard work, feeling everything, processing, and actually healing. That takes time, and it's supposed to. What you can do: stop comparing timelines. Your healing isn't a race. Unfollow them on social media, block if needed, and focus on your own process without watching theirs. Remember, moving on fast doesn't mean moving on healthy. Give yourself permission to take the time you need. Real healing happens in silence, not in Instagram stories. And speaking of distorted realities, point 5. Social media is lying to you. You're scrolling through Instagram seeing couple goals posts and thinking everyone's found their person except you. Let me tell you what's really happening. That couple posting #foreverlove at 6 months, they're probably arguing about who left the dishes in the sink. Those vacation photos, probably taken right after a fight. Social media shows highlight reels, not real life. A University of Missouri study found that excessive Facebook use leads to feelings of envy and relationship dissatisfaction. The more you compare your behind the scenes to someone else's edited highlights, the worse you feel about your own love life. Here's the truth. Most perfect relationships online are struggling offline. People post the most when they're trying to convince themselves or others that everything's fine. It's performance, not reality. That power couple you're envious of, they might be one argument away from breaking up. Social media creates this illusion that love should look a certain way. Constant romance, luxury dates, picture-perfect moments. But real love is messy. It's late-night talks, compromises, forgiveness, and showing up on days when neither of you feels like your best self. That doesn't photograph well, so you don't see it. What you can do: limit your social media consumption, especially after a breakup or during dating struggles. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. Remember, real love is built in private moments, not public posts. If you find yourself comparing, ask, am I jealous of their relationship or just the aesthetic? Most of the time, it's the aesthetic. Focus on building something real, not something that looks good online. Look, modern dating is messy, and no one's giving you the real rulebook. But now you know what others won't say out loud. If this opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button. We're breaking down psychology that actually matters. Drop a comment telling me which truth hit hardest. See you in the next one.